Hello, and welcome to another update video about Solana. So on the Solana chart, I've made a change of colors now that we've broken below the $127 level. Okay, so we discussed two scenarios. We had the yellow one and the red one, and I've now deleted previous yellow and old red is now yellow. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, I'm only following basically one scenario at the moment here, which simplifies the chart because we always wait for the chart to clarify itself, all right? And it has clarified itself with a break of micro support because it indicates that it wants to head more directly towards that $108, $109 level in wave A of large wave 4. That's sort of the perspective at the moment. Maybe quick look at the long-term chart. We did that yesterday in a little bit more detail. I just want to just make sure everybody's on the same page. So let's take a quick look at the long-term chart. Current perspective is that this yellow wave 4 is this one, okay, with support basically between around about $108, $109 and $52, with an ideal support level or target at 72, which could be reached in a more extended A, B, C structure. As soon as we hit support, I mean, it's always possible the wave 4 finishes here at $109. It did that here in January as well. It only reached the 23.6 FIB level. So if I tell you the ideal target or support is $72, that's purely because if you take 10 wave 4 corrections, I don't know, I don't have absolute statistics, but I'd say like 7 sort of will reach that area, right? So it's not like, okay, like all of them, but most would. And it's just the ideal level for a wave 4. Now it can be, because we're still in a bullish market, at least in my interpretation, that the 23.6 FIB level will generate a substantial reaction, right? And I would expect a reaction to that level, at least in wave A of that wave 4. This is now the 1 hour chart. And here you can see the detailed wave count suggesting the move down could be an A wave of wave 4. Because the move down is in 5 waves, it indicates, so if we get nice 5 waves, I mean, it could be that it's doing it in one go, and that would be my alternative actually. I mean, if I had to give you maybe that's my alternative actually. So in the alternative perspective, let me just do that. We would say this here was already, oh no, I need to select the text tool. This here would already be the B wave. So to be or not to be, it's the question here. This would be the B wave. I'll highlight that in white. And why is that relevant? Well, because it could mean that if this is the C wave down, it will extend more directly a little bit longer than 109, but might then take this wave 4 in one go without a more substantial wave B. But at the moment, forecast would be, okay, we've got 5 waves down here. We need to, however, finish somewhere in the area around $108. That could be we go down to 105, maybe even 100, psychological level. But then we should see somewhere in this region here a reaction and start the B wave rally. If we go way lower than that, it might take us down to 72 more directly in a large ABC structure. Okay, so in that case then this here would be the A wave. This was the swing low that formed on the 13th of April. And then this here is the C wave in one go. Okay, but I don't need to label that separately, because there's a C wave here, okay? So this is sort of what I'd be watching. Important, I think, is to recognize what the relevant ideal targets are for this A wave. An A wave often reacts to the 23.6 FIB level, but we can also look at the internal structure to identify some relevant Fibonacci extensions. And if we identify those relevant extensions, normally we say the 61.8 extension level of waves 1 and 3 together is such a target. That's the 61.8 extension, sometimes the 78.6 extension, but really shouldn't really go down much below that. That's here actually between 103 and 113. I would expect, however, it to go a little lower than 113 because this is like a magnet, and then maybe the lower support here, or the $103 level, accounts a little bit for the uncertainty. Okay, the uncertainty in this analysis, obviously, because there's always uncertainty. So that's sort of, I don't think you can get much more clarity out of this analysis. I mean, we've already done the micro counting. I shared that with you yesterday, that in the yellow count, this here was likely an A, B, and we're now heading down 1, 2, 3. I mean, maybe this was already the 3. Okay, I mean, that's possible. But if I relate that to the Bitcoin chart, 1 more for 5 pattern is something I would, yeah, let's say consider at least, okay? And given that the $109 level is such an important, let's say, target for an A wave, I'd like to see the price get there. Now, they can always turn early. I can tell you now that we already have 5 waves down. So it's technically it's done what it needs to do, okay? But there is no sign of a reversal. And important is now, I think, to understand what would be, and I will tidy that up now, we'll add a resistance area. What would be the key level now that we need to break above? So very clearly, we need to get the price break above the B wave top there. There would be a first reversal signal. That's actually already quite a substantial one. That's at $145. But there will be a signal before. So the initial, let's say the nearest resistance is between, and I will add the 23.6 Fib level as well. That's just micro resistance. Okay, so if any wave 4 happens now, the price should stay below 129. A break above 129 would already indicate that we are gonna attack that 144 or $145 mark. So that's here. Okay, so this would be a signal then that we're gonna attack that. And that would also be, so a break above 129 would be an early indication that a low has actually formed. That's my update about Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.